Hello and welcome back to Tana's Love of a Narcissist. Sorry, I'm in my car and so I'm trying to pay attention to the road. But anyways, I'm in my car and my phone holder thing's jittering me around everywhere. So I'm going to see if I can't get it to calm down. There we go. So what I wanted to talk about today was the smear campaign. If you don't know what the smear campaign is, it is a campaign that the narcissist launches against you. Some people say it's from the very beginning of the relationship that you have with them. And I understand that relationships with narcissists can be in many different capacities, but the ones I always talk about are relationship, more romantic relationship scenarios. So some people say that the narcissist starts the smear campaign from the very beginning of the relationship. They, whenever you guys are starting to get together, they may already be saying negative things about you. I mean, they'll compliment you for the first little bit during like love bombing, and you know, they'll boost you up or put you on a pedestal maybe in front of some people, but other people, they might play both sides and be saying some negative things. But you know, I feel like after the love bombing phase ends, that's when the smear campaign starts. When they are love bombing you, you know, they're telling you all these nice, sweet, good things, and they're building that trauma bond, and they're making you feel really special, and like, you know, you guys have this amazing connection, and really what they're doing is establishing control. They're getting in your head, they're getting into your heart, and they're working out their plans because they already know what they're going to do to you. And because they know what they're going to do to you, and they know that they're gonna do things that are gonna hurt you and they're gonna upset you, and you're gonna say something to them because any normal human being would. So when that starts happening, or right around that same time, they've already went to a couple people maybe that you know, mutual friends, maybe even your family, and have said, you know, I really love her, or I really love him, but this is happening and that's happening, and I just don't understand, you know. And then you'll start to notice you start having some problems, and you'll start questioning them about something they said, something they did, something that they told you a story about, and now they bring it up again, or you hear the story again and it's a little bit different than what you heard it originally. And you kind of don't think much of it at first. You're kind of like, oh, that happens, you know, we tell a story and we don't tell every little tiny detail, and new details come out in stories sometimes. Okay, you don't think anything of it. Well, then you are, you know, you kind of, I don't know, tuck it away in your head, and you just think nothing of it, and you think, oh, I was just kind of being overreactive, whatever it was, something small. So you let it go. And then a little while down the road, some more stuff starts happening. More things are slipping through the cracks. They're starting to act funny. You know, you guys are starting to fight more. You're starting to feel maybe exhausted all the time, confused, unsure of what, you know, your actual thoughts are. You see what's in front of you, but your brain is telling you you're seeing something different. And when you question the narcissist, or you're the narcissistic person, they will say, oh, it was this or that, and you're like, geez, this stuff isn't adding up. Something's not right. This stuff doesn't add up. And you know, over time, when you bring things up, the madder they get. The more questions you ask, the madder and more irritated they get at you. And you're starting to feel like you have to walk on eggshells. You're starting to feel like, okay, I'm not allowed to voice my opinion about certain things. I'm not allowed to notice certain things. I'm not allowed to ask certain questions. There's some things I feel like I have to hide, and I'm not liking that. And so you're starting to feel stifled, you know, and you're getting a little bit uncomfortable. And then while this is going on, again, the narcissist is giving you little crumbs of love, and simultaneously going to other people and saying that you guys are having this problem, that problem, and you know, painting you in this light that you're the bad guy. You're causing problems, you want to play games, you're fighting about stupid stuff, and it's like, you know, it takes two to tango. I'm trying to discuss our problems, I'm trying to ask you questions, and I'm being met with someone who's frustrated at me because I asked them a question or I called them out on something little, which if somebody called me out on some of those things that I called my narcissistic ex out on, I'd be like, oh, yeah, okay, you know, and I try to fix my behavior or, you know, avoid doing that to that person because that person doesn't like it. Not a big deal. That's you know, respecting your boundaries and asking for your needs to be met. There's nothing wrong with that, but it's happening more and more, and you're feeling more and more stifled and more unheard, and you're starting to react in ways that you don't like. And again, when you react in ways you don't like, they're definitely not going to like it, and they're telling people about that as well. So people start acting differently towards you and start, you know, behaving weird, and so you think it's you being bitchy and irritable, and you know, everybody's got their moments where they just can't deal with certain things. But you notice that you're getting less and less tolerant, you're getting more and more tired, more and more confused, and you just get to the point where you just can't take it anymore. And you try some more to talk to this person directly about your issues, and you're getting met with just more and more confusion. And again, they're going and talking to other people and not talking to you. Instead of talking to you about it, they want to have these conversations with other people. It's like, the only person that can help you solve this problem is me. Like, come to me. Let us work out our problems. And then there'll be times where they do try to work on things with you, and you think you got somewhere with them, you know, because they know that if they don't at least try to make an effort, they can't say, well, I tried and it didn't work. She's just this and he's just that, and blah, blah, blah. And like I said, they've already got a long time of complaining about you and making others around you feel like you were doing this or you were doing that. And it's not all you. It's not all you, because when you try to go to them and you try to work things out with them, it is known that they just take off. They just take off and run away from you. How is anybody supposed to solve any problems if the other partner is running away from you and then telling everybody that you're causing these issues? The only issue really is we can't work on our issues. These issues could be this big, and they don't want to talk to you about it. They want you to just deal with whatever it is they're giving you and you not ask for much, you know? And while they're, you know, going around doing things for everybody, doing things for you, doing all these nice gestures and everything, but yet when it comes down to being close to this person and talking with this person and bonding and connecting, they don't want to. You could make the effort. You could be making that effort to spend, you know, quality time, not just going and doing things and having things bought for you and them fixing things around your house. You know, you want to actually have a one-on-one direct, let's talk about stuff in the moment, let's deal with it. And they don't want to do that. So you just get frustrated and you're like, you know what, I can't do this. I can't be in this. So you leave. And while you leave, you start to miss that person. And you start to want to, you tell yourself, you know, if I could just do this, if I could just do that, if we could just do this, everything will be okay. Even though you know you're just, oh God, I've left, I've come back. Every time I go back, I feel like crap. And, you know, you try to fight it, but that trauma bond is strong. It will make you go back to things that are so bad for you. And you just can't help yourself. You feel guilty that you left. You're hearing other like mutual friends say, oh, this person's taking it so hard, you know, and so you kind of feel guilty. And you're like, well, maybe if we do this and maybe we do that, we can work it out. You know, we can figure it out. You just keep hanging on to this toxic hope, is what they call it, toxic hope, which makes sense because it is pretty toxic hope. It's hope for something that's never going to happen. It's never going to happen. So then you go back again, and this might be like the freaking 6th, 7th time, who knows? And while you were gone, they were running their mouth saying that, you know, you were doing this, you were doing that. Maybe they said you were cheating. Maybe they said you were talking to other guys. Maybe they said they, suspected that you were talking to other people, other women, whatever. And so every time you go back, it looks like you're playing games with them. It looks like you're manipulating the situation, you're stringing them along, and then you're pushing them away. And, you know, in essence, you are, because you're getting so fed up with someone who will not talk with you. I am the only person that can help you with this. You are the only person, this relationship, the only way we can get any better and get anywhere is that we both meet up and put in equal effort to deal with it and be real with each other. When you have a partner that is not doing that and they'd rather just go and run their yap to everyone else, saying things, what are you supposed to do? What are you supposed to do? The smear campaign is, it's something that they are going to use on you after you've left a relationship. Because as you are out of it and you go no contact, you start to hear more things that were said by this person as you go. So it doesn't just, the breakup and everything blows up and that's it. So, I'm 6 months no contact. 6 months no contact. And I keep finding out new things, new lies, new bullshit that was said or done. And, you know, people are going to treat you differently because they've already decided that they're going to believe your narcissistic ex and not you. And I can tell you right now, if you were upset when the breakup first happened and they started playing their new supply games, you know, mind games where they're bringing, you know, they're dating your friend or dating a family member or just bringing some random person out there to get you to lose your shit and be upset, you know, and you're, whatever the case may be, like you're trying to just keep it cool and not let it bust out, and finally you're just like, you know what, fuck it, I'm gonna show this person a little taste of their own medicine. And it's kind of like a revenge, like watch me, I'll show you. Like, you're not gonna make me feel whatever way you're gonna make me feel. And because they're going around telling lies and hurting you and pissing you off, you go and you do something that you wish you hadn't done. Whether you try to get revenge, whether you confront them, or whether you flip the fuck out and fight somebody or get an assault charge, do property damage, slice some tires. I've talked about this stuff before, but it's, you know, everybody's gonna look at you. It's gonna play right into their smear campaign that they've already had going for a long time. And I'm telling you this because I went through it, I dealt with it. And I mentioned it in some of my other videos, but it's something that bothers me. So I talk about it because I know a lot of other people who have been in relationships like this. It's part of keeping us stuck, because a betrayal wound it's right connected to that. The betrayal wound is connected to the trauma bond. It's another thing set on top of that that'll keep you stuck in this limbo, because you know you have to stay away from this person. You know you're going no contact. You know they are doing what they're fucking doing, and you can't say anything, because the more you say, the more you look like a fucking nutcase. The more you look like a crazy person. And you're starting to feel like a crazy person because you have this person who has built this whole fucking ball of lies. A whole fucking ball of lies. And here you are in the relationship, trying to make it work. You have fights, and so you're like, damn it. And then you go on your merry way, or they run away from you and run their mouth. But the times when they run away from you, that's also your fault as well. It's just so frustrating. Beyond frustrating, the things that they do. And they're going around telling these things. Nobody's going to question them because they just kind of bring it up nonchalantly. And that's another thing I've noticed when I try to ask people about what was said or what was done. And it's like they just act, you know, they just said it. Like, I'm not going to argue with them because they just said it in like a normal conversation. Like, that's how they operate. This is how these people operate. They do not care if it hurts you, confuses you, makes you go crazy, ruins your reputation. None of it. And if you retaliated in some way, tried to get revenge, tried to do anything back at them from all the hurt and bullshit and frustration they just put you through, it plays right into their lies that they've been spreading the entire time. And that adds another layer to the trauma bond, to the betrayal wound, because how can you even stick up for yourself now? How can you even stick up for yourself now because you went and did something that goes right along with whatever they've been saying about you, whatever lies they've been telling and whatever they've been doing, you know? And, you know, like the new supply could be anything. It could be family members. It could, like, not even your family members. It could be their family members sticking up for them. Their little group of friends sticking up for them. And everybody treating you differently. That in itself is a supply to them, because then they get to look at that and see, look at, you're not as awesome as you thought you were. Not everybody doesn't support you anymore. They support me. Yeah. It feels wonderful. It really does. It feels great. And it's like, you know, everybody's looking at you like, oh, well, I know that situation over there. That's what that looks like. And I'm not listening to what you say, because the narcissist has already told them, oh, she's going to tell all these lies about me. She's going to tell all these rumors and gossip and blah, blah, blah. So when you finally feel somewhat comfortable to come out and say, hey, this is what I dealt with, it doesn't matter. Most people have already decided what they're going to believe. And you trying to tell your truth after you've done something, you don't even have to do anything, honestly. You don't even have to try to get revenge. You don't even have to try to retaliate or any of those things. And you're still going to feel like people are treating you differently because they've already chosen to believe that person. It's just, if you are feeling that way right now, or you felt that way in the past and you're trying to get through it, just please know that there are so many of us on here who have been through it. I mean, I've posted videos and I've also watched a lot of other YouTube videos. There's so many comments that people's stories are exactly like yours. They're exactly like yours. They're exactly like mine. Maybe a few little different details. And my biggest thing is, like, I'm one that wants to speak the truth. I want to speak the truth. And when I do my videos, I always say, I am not perfect. I am not perfect. When I tried to get revenge or tried to give the narcissistic person a taste of his own medicine, I made myself look like an ass. I did. I went overboard. I was dancing with a guy very inappropriately, and I danced with my narcissistic ex's best friend pretty inappropriately as well. Not as bad as the other guy, but I did that. And I'm ashamed of it. And I'll admit it. I did that. I think my dress was up. Things were being seen. I was losing my shit. And I'm out here. I'll bear it to you. I was an idiot. I was an idiot for getting involved with something like this. We all feel that way. We all have felt that way. We feel like idiots that we get involved with the people that we get involved with. Because we think that they love us. We think that it's going to be something. They promise us all this shit, or they make us feel a certain way, and we believe in a fantasy ourselves because of our own issues. And we feel like we're bombarding our friends and family with the things that we have done. And we're on our own suffering with it. Well, you're not on your own. I know I'm not on my own. And YouTube creators have helped me so much to keep me from going no contact. Being able to post videos has kept me from going back to that. Because like I said, I am not a perfect human being. There isn't anybody on this planet that is a perfect human being. But when you try to fix your ways, and you try to not be like you were in the past, and you try to do what's right, you still get screwed over. There's people who are completely loyal, faithful, start out in a relationship with somebody thinking that that person loves them and everything is the way it's supposed to be. And they still get screwed over and still get made to think that they're the bad guy and that they deserve what they dealt with. And no, I don't care. I don't care if you started out in an affair. I don't care. I've said it in my other videos. You might have started out in an affair with somebody. Yes. Yep. That was wrong of you. You deserve your karma. If you end up dating the person that was in a marriage and that marriage ends and you end up dating that person, you take the risk of getting cheated on as well. But don't ever let anyone tell you because you had an affair with somebody that you deserve the abuse, because you are lied to and you are confused and manipulated as well as the wife and any other affair people out there with, because Lord knows you're not the only person they're having an affair with. You're probably having an affair with lots of other people at the same time. So don't ever let anyone tell you. I feel like I'm repeating myself because I have a lot of other videos, and some of them I posted where I talk about this. Others, maybe I haven't. I've done so many videos lately as like a therapeutic thing. I'm not sure, but I know where you guys are at. If you are in the same, I know where you're at, and I know you guys know where I'm at. And you know, there's just only so many people in our lives that we really can connect to and deal with it, you know, or that are able to even talk about it because how damaging it can be. But us, we'd never go back, and I'm never going back. I can't do that. I can't do it anymore. To have someone completely pull a rug out from underneath you and make you feel like everything is your fault. You know they did it to the person before you, and the person before that, and the person before that, and they're going to continue doing it long after you're gone. And it doesn't matter. The person that they're hanging out with right now, there'll be another person. There'll be a person on the side. There'll be, you know, whatever. People are just supplied to them. It doesn't matter the status of anything. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if they're just telling everybody they're friends with this person. That's whatever. That's supply to them. It doesn't matter if they're getting married next month to this new person. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if there's no new supply at all right now. You know, it doesn't matter. If they have abused you and lied to you and made you feel like you're going crazy when all you want to do is talk to them, it was not a person that you want in your life. As hard as it is. As hard as it is. But anyways, I understand what you are going through as far as the smear campaign, because it makes you want to go around and defend yourself, and you just can't. The only thing we can do is talk to who we know we can trust, who's been there through it with us through this whole thing, and try to keep going. And there's gonna be days where you're just gonna want to sit in your car and cry, and but you have to have those days. But don't stop being raw and real and being the good person that you are. You know, don't believe that you did everything wrong, because it isn't all your fault. You weren't perfect. You had issues. You said and did things you wish you hadn't. And those are on you. Yes, you were reacting to someone who was causing you to do that, but it's not all your fault. And people want to look at you in a certain way. It tells you a lot about them, you know? So, as I always say, keep going, okay? Because I'm going to keep going. Even if I'm in my car, crying, kind of, you know what I mean? And doing a video. Do what you have to do to try to get through it. Because some days there's just not going to be anybody. Everybody else has their shit they got to deal with too. Find a way to get out there what you need to get out there, and just keep going. Okay? I hope you guys have a good day.